Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Foxy Draws. So in this one, I am doing a time lapse of the Grinch. But while I am showing you guys this time lapse, I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about what Christmas has been like in my life. So I originally started this piece for my mom. She loves the Grinch. We've watched the Grinch every single year since I was a little girl, and I cannot stress to you how much fun it's been over the years with having my kids now watch the Grinch. So if you don't know anything about me, or if you haven't seen my channel before, you have obviously seen that I have got more than one child. Um, I have started watching the Grinch with them every single year ever since my kids have been around. So, some backstory on this one. I was not the type of person that wanted kids at first. Whenever my husband and I met, we were still doing our own thing, and I did not want kids, was totally against it, awful, horrible, they're ruin your life, whatever. And then we found out about Connor. And that was the turning point because now I have to make a choice. I have this family that's now thrust upon me, and oh my gosh, what do I do? So I did what any sensible person would do in their right freaking mind, and I treated Connor just like he was my kid, and everything was great. I had a lot of fun with him. He was still a baby, so I got the cute little baby stage, and he was cooing, and it was awesome. It was really great. And seeing my husband become a father, we weren't married at the time, but seeing my boyfriend at the time becoming a father and really fathering his kids sparked something in me to want to have children of my own. And because Connor was such a wonderful child, I decided that I wanted to have a child of my own. So we started doing a Christmas box tradition whenever he got old enough to sit down and watch a movie with us. And every single year around Christmas time, we will watch a Christmas movie. And I now have 3 children, so now I have a box. And in said box is a pair of pajamas for each child, a Christmas treat, like a candy cane or a box of their favorite candy, or peppermint bark or something like that. Something that's not too high sugar, but it's a little treat for them whenever, they settle down. And some popcorn, which my middle child, Breton, he loves popcorn. That is his go-to snack is popcorn. That boy will eat popcorn like it is going out of style. He is never going to get popcorn again in his entire life, and it's great. So, yeah, he sparked me to do this tradition, and this year, I think for our Christmas box, we're going to watch The Grinch again, of course, but my other favorite movie is Jingle All the Way with Arnold in it, and, it makes me really, really happy that I can share this with my kids. So they've got a Christmas movie, they've got their little treat, they've got popcorn, they've got a drink or something in there, and me and my husband will sit down with the kids and we will watch Christmas movies with them, and that's become a little tradition for us, and it has made me the happiest in the entire world. Not even gonna lie to you guys. If you're watching this video and you don't have any children, wait until you're ready to have kids, because definitely kids do make things more difficult on your your everyday life. You now have to think about other small versions of yourself. But kids are the most awesome thing in the entire world. And even on my quote worst day as a parent, I would still much rather have my kids around than be off doing something else that people my age still think is cool for some weird reason. It just, yeah. So, we have started to share a lot here very recently, because Connor is getting to the age where he can express himself through art, and it really struck me whenever we were watching a Bob Ross video, because I like watching Bob Ross paint. Somebody told me there's something called ASMR, and it's supposed to be a relaxing thing, so I enjoy watching him paint, and I enjoy listening to his voice and him talk about his happy little trees and all this other stuff. So Connor woke up from his nap, and he comes in the living room, and he sits down on the couch, and I was like, okay, buddy, I said, I'll turn something else on whenever this video's over with. so you can watch your TV show while you eat your lunch or your snack or whatever it was. And he's like, no, I really like this. And like, I see him like picking out another video on YouTube for Bob Ross, and he's like, hey, can we watch this? And I was like, oh my gosh, this kid is going to be amazing. So then he started watching me draw, and he started watching me paint, and then it was, hey, can you get me a sketchbook? And I see him get like super excited, and he's drawing all kinds of stuff, and I'm so proud of him because I'm seeing that there's this real talent, and I know that he's only 4, and everybody else would look at his drawings and be like, oh my gosh, that's a 4-year-old's draw, but they're really, really good, and I might be a little biased, because he's mine, but I think that his art is amazing, and I love it, and I love encouraging him and seeing what he's going to come up with, and he comes up with all these different stories for his art, and I'm going to have to do a separate video just on his sketchbook whenever he fills up a little bit more of it, because it is absolutely wonderful watching this child get so excited and so passionate about something that I am also passionate about. I don't believe in forcing your hobbies and your beliefs and stuff on your kids as far as, like, oh, well, I was an artist, so you're going to have to be an artist. Or I played basketball, so you have to play basketball and you have to be good at it. But it's so wonderful to see that we share something like this. And every day whenever I pick him up from school, he's like, hey, what are we going to draw tonight? And I'm like, I don't know, buddy. What do you want to draw? And then he comes up with all this really cool stuff, and we talk about it all the way home. And I'm so excited to go get him from school because every single day I want to hear about what we are going to draw. I cannot wait to see what he's going to come up with and what he's going to put in his sketchbook that night. We've drawn a train. He drew Santa's sleigh. He wants to try and draw the Grinch now because he saw me draw the Grinch. And he's like, the Grinch is bad, but it's okay because he gets good in the end. And he's telling me all this stuff. And he's like, you can make bad choices and still be a good person if you decide to stop making bad choices. And just the innocence that comes from him, he inspires most of my artwork. And he's, my little muse for stuff because he's like, that looks really good. Maybe you should add this with it. And he's inspired my paintings that I'm going to post the videos of on YouTube. And he said, I want you to make an orange and blue sunset for this next one. Can you do that for me? And I'm like, sure, buddy, I'll have that. I'll keep that in mind. And he was watching me paint the rest of it, and he was telling me, oh, you need to add this here and add this there. And it was so amazing to see him so excited about something. So the point of this story is that parents, if you have kids or, if you've got like younger siblings or if you have nieces and nephews that you're close to, encourage them with their art and their artistic talents and whatnot. And even if you think, oh, it's just, he's just 4 or he's just whatever, or she's just 4 or 5, this is the time where kids are impressionable because he's so happy and so excited to come home and draw with me and see what we're going to draw that day. And he wants me to teach him how to draw everything. To see a passion that's that intense in a child, it's a wonderful and beautiful thing. So please encourage anybody that you see that wants to become an artist or wants to create art, because that could be something that they could really appreciate later on in life and even make a career out of. So I thought that I would briefly tell you guys what I was using for my art supplies. I'm using Prismacolor colored pencils and a combination of Ohuhu markers and also Copic markers. So this is my final product, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode in my art journey.